Divorced Dad Diaries, day 159 and 160, and to the surprise of no one, I'm still sick. But I've gone out and grabbed an iced latte through the McDonald's drive-thru this morning because I've got a few things that I need to get sorted today before the kids come home. I'm very grateful that I do most of my cleaning on Monday when the kids have just gone back to their mums. So the house is still mostly tidy, but there's definitely a few things that need to be taken care of. I've gone around the house and established a current state of where we're at. I've written a list to establish a baseline of where I want to be when the kids get here. And then I'm going to work my way through that list, 2 items at a time, and just take breaks between each of those 2 items, and hopefully I'll have this house sorted by the end of today, and I won't have exhausted myself. First thing on my list is to take my pills and get a coffee. So that's one thing done. Second item on my list was the laundry. So I checked my washing machine and found that I'd put a load of laundry on God knows how long ago. So I re-washed that and then gave it the quick sniff test. And, it smelled good enough. So I pulled that out, chucked it on the clothes horse. It was a sunny day. I probably could have gone outside, but I didn't want to go outside. So good enough for me. And then I took a break. A couple hours later, I worked through the next 2 items on my list, starting with sorting out the already dry laundry. This had all been done earlier in the week, and it just hasn't yet to be folded and sorted, so got that sorted. 3 older kids, I'll put them in their rooms, and they'll put those away themselves. I've got to put Casper's away, I'll organise these socks, and I've got to put mine away, and the towels away. So yeah, all organised. The next item on the list was to sort out my recycling. I piled up quite a few eat bottles over the last few days, so I scaled the one I was currently working on, and then I also had a whole bunch of iced latte cups that had just piled up since last Wednesday, because I've been getting those take-away. Still having my daily routines, and once that was all sorted, let's set that aside to dry. Oh, and to eat too, because it was, it was 11:30 and I still hadn't eaten. This has been happening all week. Just because I'm out of whack. But lucky for me, I had 2 ice cream containers filled with leftover pasta from previous weeks that I put in my freezer in case I ever needed it. Well, now I need it, and it's been sustaining me. I haven't been able to eat big portions, so I've just been eating small portions, so it's been going a bit longer than it normally would. I am about to run out, but when the kids get here, I'll cook an actual meal and then I'll have some more leftovers. Otherwise, I've got bread, chutney and cheese, so I can make another toasty, I guess. Once I'd eaten, I moved on to the next 2 items on my list. First off was to sort out all the rubbish in the kitchen. So I'd had a full rubbish bag sitting in the bin for, probably days, because I haven't been putting anything in it. Took that out, put a new rubbish liner in, or at least I was going to, but then I realised I could just walk around the kitchen with it and fill it up with rubbish. There were a bunch of leftover containers that could have been cleaned and taken out to recycling or reused as leftover containers, but some of them had, some of them had gotten mouldy, and some of them I just couldn't be bothered. I didn't have the energy, so I ended up just tossing them all. And that was an easy, surefire way to clean out most of the stuff in the kitchen. I then used one of the brown paper bags, which I know obviously can be recycled, to fill up with recycling that had kind of dried, and took that out to the recycling bin as well, and immediately the kitchen looks so much better. But we're not actually done in the kitchen, because the next job on the list is the dishwasher. I checked on this while I was establishing my current state and realised that I had partially loaded it earlier in the week, decided it was not enough to put a load on, and left the dishes in there, and some of them again had gone mouldy. So I put that on last night, and I put it again this morning just to, be double sure that everything was cleaned, and then emptied that and reloaded it with a couple of the few dishes that I probably should have put on. I could have fit them in, but I don't know, I wasn't thinking at the time, I guess. I just wanted to get rid of the mould, so there you go. And of course, some of the leftover containers, they never dry properly, so I tend to put them on a towel, let them air dry. I then took a break until my groceries arrived. I ordered them online for delivery. It was my first time doing it. And looking at the stuff I ordered mostly junk. I don't think there's a single fruit or vegetable in these bags. I clearly was in the sick mindset and just wanting comfort food. So there you have it. And then, of course, I had a shower. But, this whole thing has left me so sweaty and just feeling gross. So that's all the big jobs I wanted to get done today. Tomorrow I'm hoping to go back to work. My ex-wife has agreed to take the kids for an extra day, so they're gonna come back to me on Tuesday night. I'll get some takeaways, have a bit of a fun welcome to Dad's house for the holidays. Apologies you had to wait another day, and that also means I don't have to cook for that first night. And then I'll have them for another day on the other end. So I'll drop them back at their mum's place on the Tuesday night next week. And I will catch you on the flip side.